நீங்க மாரி சாரோட கர்ணன்ல ஸ்பெண்ட் பண்ண டைம் விட நான் பிராக்டிஸ்ல நீங்க வரதுக்கு முன்னாடி நான் ஸ்பெண்ட் பண்ணுவேன்.
Yeah, exactly. But the thing is, you know, you're shouldering such a huge film, and the entire film is around him, and Ivlo physically, and he's already given 1.5 years of his life for the film.
நம்ம வந்து ரஜிஷா மேடம் கொஞ்சம் உட்கார்ந்து என்ன கர்ணன்ல எப்படி இருந்துச்சு, மாரி சார் வந்து இல்ல கேட்காம அவங்க வந்து
ஐயோ கேட்டேடா கேட்டல குழந்தை முகத்தை பாரு போய் சொல்றாங்க இந்த பையன்.
அவங்க ரொம்ப யூனிக்கான ஒரு ஃபில்ம் மேக்கர். ஸோ எவ்ரி டைம் அவங்களோட எந்த படமானாலும் இப்போ கர்ணன் எவ்ரிதிங் from the posters to the song to the film to the trailer to the teaser, it's like ரொம்ப டிஃப்ரெண்டா இருக்கும், ஃப்ளேவரே ரொம்ப டிஃப்ரெண்டா இருக்கும்.
அப்பா ஆர்மில இருந்தனால I was transferred 7 schools. நான் நல்ல ஸ்டூடெண்ட் அதனால ட்ரான்ஸ்ஃபர் ஆகல, but it was because அப்பா ட்ரான்ஸ்ஃபர். so அதனால language skills, so I could speak. கர்ணன்ல வரும்போது எனக்கு தமிழ்ல ஒரு வார்த்தை கூட சுத்தமா தெரியல. எனக்கு அங்கே இருக்கிற ஊரு மக்கள், மாரி சார் சாரோட டீம் தான் எனக்கு whatever Tamil I've learned, they are the ones who have taught me.
ஒரு ஆனஸ்டி இருக்கும் அதுல, ஒரு ரா ரூட்டடா இருக்கும். ஸோ அந்த மாதிரி ஒரு டிரெக்டர். ஸோ அப்போ எனக்கு ரொம்ப சேடா இருந்துச்சு. நான் லக்கிலி ஹி கால் மீ ஃபார் பைசன்.
ஒரு பல்லு வந்து இட்ஸ் a crooked tooth. ஸோ அதனால பிளான் பண்ணியெல்லாம் எனக்கு சிரிக்க தெரியாது. நிறைய பேர் வந்து இன்விசிலைனும் பிரேசஸ் எல்லாம் போட்டு ஒரு ஃபார்ம் பண்ணி அந்த ஸ்மைல் ரொம்ப
பரியரன் பெருமாதிரி எனக்கு ரொம்ப பிடிச்ச படம். அதை நான் மிஸ் பண்ண படம். ஸோ அதனால ரொம்ப ஐ எம் வெரி வெரி சேட். இட் ஹர்ட்ஸ் ரியலி பேட். பட் என்ன பண்றது? ஓகே ஃபைன், ஐ வாஸ் டெஸ்டின்ட் டு பி a part of Bison. So
ultimately the point is, regardless of how many Mari Selvaraj films you do, each time you go to his set, it's a whole different experience. Mari or experience. Yeah, and I feel like each time you do a film with him, it just makes you a better artist. And I've a lot that I've taken away from this film also, and I'm very sure that Bison is a film that has made me a better actor, and I'm forever grateful to Marisa for that.
That's so nice.
I'm proud of you,
and I'm so happy that I got such a wonderful producer.
Yeah. I like the plug.
So let me go move on to the producers. So you have these bunch of talented actors and a director. Quite and I sort of there were a handful of team உங்களுக்கு இருக்கு. So how was it working? You know, like what do you had in mind first time you must have heard the story? You said okay to it. And what were like you expecting? And இப்போ படம் பார்த்ததுக்கு அப்புறம் after watching the movie, how much you the expectations கிடைச்ச ஒரு ரிசல்ட்டுக்கும் உங்களுக்கு எவ்வளவு சார் நீங்க அதை கம்பேர் பண்ணீங்க?
Well, now actually listening to them talk now, so I'm a little startled because the movie I saw was very different. So these are very different people here.
Well, started in a good way, right?
In a very good way.
Yeah.
In a very good way. It just goes to show what brilliant actors they are.
Yeah,
because the movie we've seen is totally different from all the tirtira and all of that stuff.
Should we be worried about that?
No, not at all.
You got your payment check, right?
Yeah.
No, not yet.
Not yet. Ayyo, now we'll change the narration. இத முன்னாடி சொல்ல மாட்டீங்களா?
Please ask me. I have to talk a little bit more about my
producers, right? Yeah. We'll come to that. Yes. Go ahead.
But actually, so we met with Ranjith like a couple of years back. Then Aditi came on board and we set out to make this movie. We've obviously heard of Mari Selvaraj, everyone knows him, seen his movies, all of that. So yeah, we were like quite taken in with this story, what he thought he wanted to make. We of course had to read English translations of the script.
Yeah.
So you know, there's a lot lost in translation. Yeah. And but still we got a fair enough gist of what he was going for. We thought it was a great story. A great cast being assembled, everything was wonderful. Ranjith has done work, Mari has done work. So there's honestly all the boxes tick off. There's not so much to worry about in that sense. And then they set up, they went and did it. Aditi and her team have done an amazing job, actually producing this film, all these stories that you all have, and I'm sure there are many more. We've heard all sorts of anecdotes from them while it was being made. I think a couple of months back, we came to Chennai to see the first cut, as in Mari's cut. So we came to his office to see it. And honestly, whatever we had thought of this movie, whatever we had imagined of this movie, whatever we possibly, we'd heard the songs, we'd seen stuff, all of that. But and you will see it when you see it, is that it's quite it's quite it's quite a leap of faith. It's quite it's an explosion actually. It's literally an explosion of a creative mind whose imagination is really running riot. And this character, Dhruv, as she said, that it's on his slender shoulders, which become pretty huge by the end of the movie. As he builds himself up. So it's a terrific picture, and we are really pleased the way it's turned out. This is our second Tamil movie, and this is our first big one. First time we worked with somebody like Ranjith and Mari. So yeah, we are like all thumbs up, and we can't wait for this Diwali. Can't wait for this Diwali.
Yes, you've had a successful run with your first Tamil movie also, so I'm sure this is going to continue with your second one as well.
I hope so.
And நீங்க வந்துட்டு ஒரு you've produced a lot of Hindi movies. Now that there's no boundaries for Indian films, like there's no regional boundaries have been blurring out. And see, for example, you Applause Entertainment, we've heard so much about you. We've heard you doing such brilliant films and series in Hindi. Now that you're in Tamil and you're giving us very good content. So how do you feel about this whole blurring of the boundaries of the regional content?
I think there's no. First of all, I don't like the word regional. So I've always had a problem. I'm a South Indian myself, so I've been in Bombay all my life, but I don't think there's anything like regional. They're all languages, and
different languages. Right?
And the good thing that's happened actually in recent times is because of streaming. It's broken down these boundaries. Originally we used to have a Hindi channel and a Malayalam channel and a Tamil channel, and if a Tamil movie releases and everyone is talking about it in Bombay, you've got to go and see it in that one theater. Then maybe get a DVD. It was so difficult.
It was difficult to.
Now it's like, what's this movie? Where is it? It's on Netflix. It's pretty as simple as that. So I think that's wonderful. The other thing is that the amount of international content that we are consuming, hopefully the world will consume our content, because it's also, people are getting used to reading the subtitle and watching the content. Everyone's getting used to that. It's becoming now commonplace. And I think that will allow us, like the whole world saw Narcos. Indians saw Narcos. Everyone raves about Narcos. We got no business doing that, right? We don't know anything about Mexico or Pablo Escobar or anything of the kind. But we love it. Everyone's talking about adolescents. They're talking about Squid Game. So in the same way, I think all of Indian content can travel. I suppose the only thing we got to do is we got to make it better. We got to make it better and better. And I think the opportunity is there. It's here and now.
Do you think it gets better the more rooted it is?
I think it's always, that's the golden rule actually, that everyone keeps talking about, can you make content that travels? There's no such thing as content that travels. It's always content that's deeply rooted and succeeds in its home market. And if it succeeds in its home market, sometimes, if you have good fortune, good destiny, all of those things as well, it travels sometimes. Which is why even international content, only few things travel. We don't see every single piece.
Yeah, absolutely true. And Sona Madri, the subtitles, it's a boon, because even for us to watch an Hindi film, like being a proper South Indian, Hindi films paakumbodhu, so many times there's something about that movie we loved so much. Like for example, an old Shahrukh Sir's movie, we find it so difficult because we don't understand, but still we want to watch because it is SRK, the king, and then we have some North Indian friend sitting beside us and like, hey, Nachi, what's happening? Now we don't have that, and that consumption, with no boundaries makes us so happy. And Sona Madri, all over the world, we have no business in the Mexican world, but then we are right in between, right in the middle of it. That's such a nice thing, and I think it's only going to strengthen the.
I think it is. And I think we are also, because of the exposure we've had and because of all the stuff that we are doing, all these young actors who've come up, and they've grown up in a different generation. When I was speaking to Mari, there was this very interesting thing he said. So he said that when he was about 15 years old during Diwali, and this movie is coming during Diwali, it's an important part in his life, and he said that he never really liked Diwali because he could never buy crackers and burn them, and so he used to go and spend the entire Diwali day in the movie theater watching movies back to back. So I was just trying to figure out that, okay, how old is Mari, and so when he was doing this, what was I doing, kind of thing. So 25 years ago, while he was doing this, I was making KBC. Right? So when you were talking about, the contrast of lives and worlds and all of that, it is true. It is true, that we are all such different people, and yet we are all the same. And everyone has a story to tell, and there are such amazing stories to be told. And what you need is to tell it with that purity, which I think is something he brings to this
That he does.
this
He
thing,
does
you
it
know,
very easily, I guess.
You know, I mean, when you look at these people and you see the movie, they're like, they've gone like serious rustic on this one.
Yeah, they're so far away from Tirunelveli, but yet so rooted to Tirunelveli. I think that's the craft of the captain of the ship, right? That's so nice, Marisa. Thank you. And coming to Aditi, hi.
Save the best for last.
You always wanted to be a producer?
No, I didn't want to be a producer at all. I just I wanted to make films, but I didn't
What do you
know.
wanted to be first, if I may ask?
I wanted to join the army,
Okay. Now you understand why she's so strict.
but I was very bad at science,
Okay.
and at that point you could only join the army in the technical corps. So
Yeah, go through that.
and if I had done science,
lobby.
then I would have failed school altogether. And I actually wanted to be a director, and I directed a short film. And that turned out looking very much like a Punjabi adult film. So I realized that that's definitely not a good future for me.
இவங்களோட காஸ்ட் தான் எப்படின்னு பார்த்தா இவங்க ப்ரொடியூசர் எப்படி தான் இருக்காங்க நான் என்னங்க
No,
பண்ணுவேன்
I thought it would be very poetic and lyrical and, you know, like very deep and poignant, but it wasn't. It was. So I knew that I wanted to be in films, and I needed to find somebody who had a visual language that I loved
yours.
and had a kind of cinematic soulmate, I guess. And I didn't find that person for a very long time until I met Ranjith sir.
Yeah.
And I had seen his film Kala, and there was a scene kind of right at the end of Kala, which is the scene with the colors, the powder colors, with
And
the
Superstar
black
walks
and then the little like spot of red and then the blue. And actually it told the history of Indian politics in that one, you know, basically a song sequence. And it was so powerful. And I, you know, by that time in Bombay, we had started having some conversations which were like, okay, can you change this name to make it a more neutral character? Can you change, okay, instead of like a, you know, like a political organization in this film, can it be given a name of a social organ? You know, it was like sort of like certain subtleties that had started coming in. It was very frustrating for me. I had just worked on this film. I had just made this film called The Extraordinary Journey of the Fakir. It had not done very well in India. It had done well internationally. I was looking for something to keep me in films, and I saw Kala. And I called Ranjith sir. I actually sent him a message saying, you know, I really loved your film, and I never do it. I never cold message people, and he was the first one. And I said, look, I loved your film. I was really inspired by it, and if you find yourself in Bombay ever, I'd love to meet you for a coffee. And he texted back in like 30 seconds saying, I'm here.
Oh, wow.
So let's meet. So I feel like, you know, there was some serendipity in that. And we met, and I found a filmmaker who I could talk about politics with, who was very nuanced. He doesn't have this idea of like you don't have to be one person to be Ranjith sir's friend. You can be many people and still be able to find common ground. And it's very rare for me. And it was friendship actually that brought me to Chennai. And then at IFFI, Goa, Pariyaram Perumal was playing. And I had gone to meet Ranjith sir. You know, he produced the film, so we went to see the film together. The film started like 3 hours late. And a lot of the Hindi audiences had no idea they had left. But the theatre was full. It was packed with people. And the second that Ranjith sir entered, it erupted. And I have never seen that for a director. And then I saw the film. It was a stunning film. It was just a stunning film. Even now, when I think of that last scene, I get goosebumps.
Yeah.
And I was walking back to their hotel, Ranjith sir on one side, Mari sir on one side. And actually, Bison was born then on the dark streets of Goa. When I said to Ranjith sir that, okay, let's do something together. And we decided to do 5 films together, small films. At that point, Mari sir had only made Pariyaram Perumal. Then COVID happened. Then I was actually driving from Bombay to Delhi because it was the middle of COVID and our adoption for our son had just come through. somewhere where we were crossing into the Rajasthan border, Dhanush sir called me and said, "Can I borrow your director?" So then he made Karnan. And then after that, of course, there was Mamanan, and then there was Van. And I think that there's a reason that all of that happened because, I don't think we would have met Applause. We wouldn't have been there. And they've been, I say this with all sincerity, and I'm not saying it because he's sitting next to me, but they really are a unique company in India right now. And I mean, it's been such a pleasure working with Applause. It really, like, I don't say this frequently, and I mean it from my heart. So I believe that the film also needed partners like that. And the other thing is that Mari sir kept telling me, I kept saying, when are we going to do this? When are we going to do this? When are we going to do this? And he kept saying, I can't shoot till I can't have Dhruv acting as a kabaddi player. He has to be a kabaddi player. Because when we shoot, we will not choreograph. We will play kabaddi. And, you know, there's some BTS stuff that I've seen that no one else has seen. And the chemistry between Dhruv and Mari sir is so electric, it's so crackling. And when you get that kind of connection between the creator and his creation, you really do get something special. Absolutely. You really do. And you'll see that in the film. You'll see those moments. And the thing with Mari sir is that he makes big films, but his films are made up of small, very intimate moments. Like he'll find the smallest place to... And this film made me think of myself as a child to my parents and made me think of myself as a parent to my child, which is a very profound feeling that I've had. So I have wept through both screenings that I saw. And it's just that, you know, all of us, if you meet us outside of a promotional scenario, we'll tell you very personal stories about this film, and each of us has that connection, you know. In fact, many people have asked me, how was your journey? How was your journey? How was it like working with Mari sir and all that? I never had an answer. Now I have an answer. It was gada 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 gada. It was gada 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 gada. All of us, we were all there.
Proud of you, yeah. Oh, good, yeah. You brought something.
I've become meme material.
But yeah, I mean, look, the films that are hard to make are the most special films, and this is one of those films.
Definitely. When you guys speak about it, you know, kind of we can sense it, feel it, that, you know, you guys have really put your blood and sweat and heart and soul, everything into it.
Yeah, one day the Applause team came to set, and you know, we were sitting and we saw Dhruv jogging towards us, and when he got close, you know, his knee was busted. He had some like tape on his ankles. His fingers were broken. So I can understand why Dhruv can't answer that question, because you put yourself so deeply into that. You can't be expected to have this bird's eye view and give a, you know, clever... You just can't do it. When you have become that, and it will take him time to remove himself from it. It's a once in a lifetime kind of transformation.
That's nice. That's very nice. Okay, now that இவ்வளோ அழகாக அவங்க சொல்லியிருக்காங்க உங்க ப்ரொடியூசர், ஸோ மேபி now that you said you can't have a bird's eye view about this film, all of you guys. So if I ask you a simple question like, if you have to write a love letter to Bison, the film, how much do you love Bison, the film?
A lot.
Mine will be a 7-part book series. I have that much.
We'll call it gada gada gada. Yeah.
Oh, the name of the book will be gada gada gada.
Yeah, I love this film so much. I love everybody who has worked in this film so much. And I don't say it because I have to say it. And I don't say it very often about all my other films. But this film has done something to me very personally. எப்படி அது தமிழ் எப்படி சொல்கிறதுன்னு எனக்கு புரியாது. ஏன்னா அது இட்ஸ் கைண்ட் ஆஃப் லைக், see, none of us play us in a film, right? ஒரு கேரக்டர், அந்த கேரக்டருக்கு ஒரு ஜேர்னி இருக்குது, ஒரு ஹிஸ்ட்ரி இருக்குது. யூ லிசன் டு த டிரெக்டர், யூ கிவ் இட். And once that film is done, you leave the character there, you say tata bye bye and you go. Rarely do you feel like when you leave, you're leaving a part of you back, and then you're like, but you don't want that part with you also. In the sense, you just want to leave it.
Okay.
Yeah, like I want to leave a bit of me in Tirunelveli where we shot in that uru, and let it stay there forever, a part of my soul. And I will not miss that part of my soul because I know it's very happy there. It's that kind of feeling with
I
this
understand
film.
what that is. Yes.
Yeah, so and because it's not just me, okay? When I speak for everyone. In the padathil work panna, right from the junior artist, which is most of us Uru makkal, and then from every technician, we have all gone through something so special. And I'm very sure why Aditi is able to weep Randavati after seeing the film, or Sami sir, or anybody who's watched the film, very few people who have, is feeling this way because we have actually given a part of our soul to the film. And this film deserves nothing less.
What do you have to say, Dhruv? If I just have to say, how much do you love Bison?
Bison. Bison is like, it's like my, சொல்ல போனோன்னா என் மருமக ஆரியா பிறக்கும்போது இதுக்கான ப்ராக்டிஸ் ஆரம்பித்தேன். இப்போ அவளே பயங்கரமாக பேசி வளர்ந்துட்டான். ஸோ எனக்கு அவள் பிறக்கிறதுக்கு முன்னாடியே பைசன் பற்றி தெரியும். பைசனை லவ் பண்ண ஆரம்பிச்சிட்டேன். ஸோ ஐ டோன்ட் நோ. அதுனா நீங்கள் அதான் எனக்கு
வார்த்தைகளில் போட முடியாதது.
ஆமாம், நான் அது சொல்லும் போது கூட கொஞ்சம் ஓவராக இருக்குன்ற மாதிரி நிறைய பேருக்கு தோணலாம். ஆனால் இந்த படம் ரிலீஸ் ஆகும்போது ஐ ஹோப் அண்ட் ப்ரே தட் என்னை இன்னும் கொஞ்சம் நல்லா புரிஞ்சுப்பாங்க. இப்போ நான் சொல்ல முடியாத ஒரு சுச்சுவேஷனில் இருக்கேன்ல, அது வந்து அவங்க புரிஞ்சுப்பாங்கன்னு நான் வேண்டிக்கிறேன்.
கண்டிப்பாக யூ கைஸ் ஹவ் புட் ஸோ மச் ஆஃப் ட்ரூத் இன்டு இட் இல்லை? அப்போ அந்த உண்மைக்குன்னு எப்பவுமே ஒரு வேல்யூ இருக்கும். அந்த the truth will என்ன சொல்கிறது, would attract all the goodness and it always has a value. நீங்கள் சொல்கிறது எவ்வளோ தூரம் உண்மையோ அவ்வளோ தூரம் கண்டிப்பாக மக்கள் அந்த படத்தை பார்த்துட்டு திரும்ப இந்த இன்டர்வியூ பார்க்கும்போது மேபி they will understand even better, you know, why it's like a sweet spot. It hurts also and there is love also. It's ரெண்டுமே நடக்குது, right?
Yeah.
So I can totally understand what you guys are going through. That's so nice. But let's talk about the other actors in the film. Did you who had the chance of acting with Lal sir in this? Nariya scenes with Lal sir.
Yeah, can I tell you that Lal sir's character is my favorite character in the film? Yeah, I love. It's
What an
too
actor,
good.
right? Oh my God.
You know, I had never seen a film with him. So, like,
never seen a film?
No, I hadn't seen a film with him, and I hadn't seen any of the.
You've seen Karnan?
Oh, I haven't even made that connection. But he's so cool in this film.
In Karnan, where he says Manjanati Pursa, the whole
scene is very good in Karnan.
But it's just like it was. I don't know. It's like magic.
Yeah.
Yeah,
He's correct. He's magic. Lal sir is just magic.
he's a dude. He's like, sorry, I'm not too.
Sorry, what did she say?
She said he's a dude.
And then she looked at me and said,
And then I said, nothing. It's a joke.
Yeah, it was.
சாரி, என்ன கேட்டீங்க?
So Lal sir, did you have scenes?
லால் சரோட நிறைய சீன்ஸ் இருந்துச்சு. அண்ட் அவருக்கு ஒரு நல்ல ஒரு ப்ரெசன்ஸ், வாய்ஸ், ஒரு பயங்கர பேஸான ஒரு வாய்ஸ். அண்ட் இஸ் எக்ஸ்ட்ரீம்லி டால். ஹஸ் அ வெரி கமாண்டிங் ஸ்க்ரீன் ப்ரெசன்ஸ். அண்ட் அவரோட நிறைய காட்சிகள் எடுத்தேன். அண்ட் ஒரு ஆக்டராகவே அவரோட ப்ராசஸ் பார்க்க ரொம்ப இன்ட்ரெஸ்டிங்காக இருந்துச்சு. he does this really beautiful thing where நம்ம மாண்டாஜஸ் எல்லாம் எடுத்துகிட்டு இருக்கும்போது, பாட்டுக்கான மாண்டாஜஸ் எடுத்துகிட்டு இருக்கும்போது டைலாக் கேட்காது இல்லையா? ஸோ அவர் ஒன்று ஆக்ஷனில் பேசுவார், அது தமிழாக இருக்காது, ஒரு மாதிரி மலையாளம் தமிழ் கலந்த ஒரு இதுவாக இருக்கும். ஆனால் அதுக்குள்ளே அவ்வளோ ஒரு ஆர்டிஸ்ட் அது பண்ணணும்னா அவங்களுக்கு அந்த கேரக்டர் மேலேயும் அந்த படத்தில் இருக்கிற சுச்சுவேஷன் மேலேயும் அவ்வளோ பெரிய ஒரு புரிதல் இருக்கணும். இப்போ நான் வந்து அந்த இடத்துல இருந்திருந்தா நான் உண்மையாக ஏதாச்சும் பேச ட்ரை பண்ணியிருப்பேன். ஒருவேளை நான் உளறிட்டு இருக்கேன்னா அது என் நடிப்பில் தெரிஞ்சிடும். ஆனால் லால் சார் வந்து அது பயங்கர இயல்பாக ஒரு விஷயம் ஒன்று பண்ணுவார். ஸோ அவரோட பேஸ் வாய்ஸில் நம்ம மாண்டாஜஸ் எடுத்துகிட்டு இருக்கும்போது ஆல்மோஸ்ட் ஒரு ஜிப்ரிஷ் பேசிகிட்டு இருப்பாரு. ஆனால் அது அவ்வளோ அழகாக ஒரு பாயிண்ட்டுக்கு மேலே நம்மளும் பகவானு ரிப்ளை பண்ண தோணும். ஸோ இந்த மாதிரி நிறைய சீன்ஸ் போயிடுச்சு. அண்ட் அவர் மாதிரி ஒரு சீனியர் ஆக்டர் அண்ட் ஹீஸ் ஆல்சோ டிரெக்டர் இன் மலையாளம் சினிமா, எக்ஸ்ட்ரீம்லி பேஷனட். ஸோ அவரோட ஒர்க் பண்ணது வந்து எனக்கு ஒரு பெரிய பிளெஸ்ஸிங்.
And you want to say add on to Pasupati sir?
Pasupati sir.
Yeah, Pasupati sir has one of such a beautiful, and he's such a beautiful person also. He would bring us food and what, like he'll take care of you.
You know, the thing is that we are so we really want the audience and you guys to watch the film and experience it. It's like it's very hard to talk about these actors without talking about the characters. And it would be we'd be taking that joy away from you in experiencing it on screen, you know, because literally each and every person has done a very special performance. And I mean, I mentioned that I was crying. I cried because of Pasupati sir. I cried because of him. And you know, I think that when the film is done and when it's done very well and we're all celebrating, you know, we are going to, at that point, I think that you will like, we'll all have a little bit of verbal diarrhea because we'll be talking a lot about it.
ஒரு அக்டோபர் 19ஆம் தேதி திரும்ப வருவா பெட்டரா இருக்கும் நினைக்கிறேன்.
But in the interview it's very special because it's the first time that the three of us are sitting with two people who have watched the film.
Exactly. We have not watched.
We have not. No. So நம்மளும் ஆடியன்ஸ் பார்க்கும்போது நம்மளும்
நீங்களும் பார்க்க போறீங்க.
So
four of us
will go.
Talk about Pasupati sir. அவர் வந்து எங்க அப்பாவோட கிட்டத்தட்ட ஒரு 5-6 படம் பண்ணியிருக்காரு. அப்பாவோட வில்லனா 2 படத்துல நடிச்சிருக்காரு நினைக்கிறேன், தூள்லையும் ஆறுலையும். Somebody who has played iconic villain roles over the years, Patas Balu and all that, and he's a very seasoned very nuanced actor. So அவர் வந்து நிறைய மெத்தட் ஆக்டிங் பண்ணுவார். ஸோ நம்ம 2 பேரும் கூட நிறைய காட்சிகள் இருந்துச்சு, அவர்கிட்ட நிறைய கற்றுக்க முடிஞ்சது என்னால். ஸோ எஸ், அவரோட ஒர்க் பண்ண எக்ஸ்பீரியன்ஸ் வந்து ரொம்ப ஸ்பெஷல். ஏன்னா ஒருத்தர் வந்து எங்கள் அப்பாட்ட ஒரு கொடூரமான வில்லன் ப்ளே பண்ணதுக்கப்புறம் அவர் வந்து எங்கள் அப்பாவாக நடிக்கும்போது அங்கே ஒரு சின்ன மேஜிக் நடந்த மாதிரி.
And when you see them, you know, whatever, நீங்கள் ஒரு ஆக்டர் தான், நீங்கள் உங்கள் சீனில் இருக்கீங்க, எல்லாமே இருக்கும். பட் ஒரு கட் சொல்லும்போது சம்டைம் டியூரிங் தி ஷூட் நீங்க நினைச்சு பாருங்க, நம்ம அப்பாவோட நடிச்சவர்ல இவரு இப்படி நினைச்சு பாப்பீங்களா?
அந்த மாதிரி நினைக்கவே இல்லை. அவரு வந்து எங்க அப்பாவா நான் நினைச்சிட்டேன் இந்த படத்துல. எங்கேயோ அவர் வந்து, ஏன்னா தூள் அப்போல்லாம் ஒருவேளை நான் அவரை பார்த்திருந்தேன்னா ரொம்ப பயந்துருப்பேன். அவரை பார்த்துட்டு கொஞ்சம்
மஜால கூட
மஜால பட் they are very
close, you know, like the brothers.
Yeah.
But how versatile அவங்க அதுவும் பசுபதி சார் வந்து பாத்தீங்கன்னா is one of the best the nation has.
I agree completely.
There's no two ways about it. இல்ல 2 times நம்ம யோசிக்க தேவையில்லை. அவ்வளோ ஒரு, ஆனா அது அப்படியே தமிழ்ல ஒரு வார்த்தை இருக்கு, அசால்ட்டா அப்படின்னு சொல்லுவாங்க. அது மாதிரி அப்படியே சாதாரணமா செஞ்சுட்டு போயிட்டே இருப்பாரு. That's such இந்த மாதிரி ஆக்டர்ஸோட ஒர்க் பண்ணும்போது you guys get tensed. ஐயோ நம்ம நல்லா பண்ணோம், அந்த மாதிரி ஒரு போட்டி போய் இல்லை அவரோட சேர்ந்து நம்ம அவர்கிட்ட இருந்து கொஞ்சம் கத்துக்கிட்டு பண்ணோம், அந்த மாதிரி என்ன நினைப்பீங்க? ஏன்னா பிகாஸ் எனக்கு தெரியாதனால உங்களுக்கு கேட்குறேன், உங்களுக்கு எப்படி தோணும்? அந்த
சீனை ரொம்ப இயல்பா அதை மாத்திரும். நீங்க பசுபதி சாரோட நடிக்கும் போது ரஜிஷா கூட உண்மையா நம்ம 2 பேரும் அது வந்து அவரோட நம்மளோட அப்பான்னு நினைச்சு பண்ணுவோம். சேம் வித் அனுபமா, ஷியாஸ், அவங்களோட பசுபதி சாரோட சீன்ஸ் இருக்கு. ஸோ இந்த மாதிரி ஒரு எக்ஸ்பீரியன்ஸ்ட் ஆக்டர், ஒரு லெஜெண்டரி ஆக்டரோட ஒர்க் பண்ணும்போது உங்களால ரொம்ப இயல்பா உள்வாங்கி அந்த சீனை பண்ண முடியும். ஸோ போட்டி அதெல்லாம் இவங்களோடலாம் போட்டி நம்ம போடவே வேண்டாம்.
The fact is that how does an actor become legendary? That's because they are very, and the opposite இருக்கிற அவங்கள அவ்வளோ கம்ஃபர்டபுளா வச்சு அவங்கள இருந்தா அந்த மாதிரி பெர்ஃபார்மன்ஸ் அவங்களால எடுக்க முடியும். அதனால தான் அவங்க legendary actors. That's why they're there.
And he's see, you asked me, tension varuma or will you feel like, oh, I have to give it. I feel like it depends on what energy the actor is giving you.
The
Senior
actor,
or
senior
the
actor,
legendary actor is giving you. And most of the legends, what they give is this nurturing energy. ஏன்னா அவருக்கு தெரியும் நான் இல்ல, it's not I me myself, இந்த படம் தான் முக்கியம்.
Okay, they don't put themselves first.
No. So and they want you to succeed. They see you as their successors or upcoming generation. They want cinema as such to do well.
True.
To good talent to come, so they'll nurture you and then they'll feed you good food also.
That's something else about Pasupati sir. நானும் அவரும் நிறைய இன்டென்ஸான சீக்வன்சஸ் ரெண்டு பேரும்குள்ள நைட்டில் ஷூட் பண்ண வேண்டியதாக இருந்துச்சு. அவருக்கு வந்து நான் எந்த சீன்னு சொல்ல முடியாது, பட் வி ஷாட் அ சீன் where after that he had a very bad white fungus infection because we were in சவுதியில் இருந்ததுனால. ஆனால் இப்போ வந்து நான் வந்து இன்டர்வியூஸில் சொல்கிறேன் எனக்கு கை உடஞ்சிருக்கு, பல் உடஞ்சிருக்கு, இந்த ப்ராசஸில் இன்ஜுரிஸ் ஆகிருக்குன்ட்டு. ஆனால் அவர் மாதிரி ஒரு லெஜெண்டரி ஆக்டர் இந்த சுச்சுவேஷன்லேயும் லைஃப்பில் அவ்வளோ சாதிச்சதுக்கப்புறமும் அவர் இந்த கஷ்டங்களெல்லாம் தாண்டி ஒரு நடிகனாக அது எங்கேயும் சொல்லாமல் பதிவு பண்ணாமல் இருக்காருன்றது இல்லையா. பட் நான் வந்து அவரோட லாஸ்ட் எனக்கு மீட் பண்ணும்போது he was telling me I almost had to have a surgery because I had a white fungus infection and it could go to my brain. I think that's something so inspiring that I'm the only person who heard about that. நான் இப்போ உங்கள்கிட்ட சொல்கிறேன், இப்போ உங்களுக்கும் தெரியும். ஆனால்
இல்லைன்னா தெரியவே கடந்து போயிடுவார்.
ஆமாம், அதில் ஹாஸ்பிட்டலில் இருந்தார், ரொம்ப நாள் அவர் காய்ச்சலோடு இருந்தார், ரொம்ப போராடினார் அந்த டைமில். ஸோ
sure, when the PR game is so strong, everybody have to do this அப்படிங்கிற மாதிரி ஒரு situation இந்த உலகம் கொண்டு வரும்போது there we have gems, legends like Pasupati sir who just அதை கடந்து போய்கிட்டே இருப்பாங்க அவங்களுடைய ஒர்க்குக்கு. இல்லை, that is so nice and it's inspiring and it's also very promising. நாம் வந்து ஒரு இப்போது யங்காக இருக்கும்போது இப்படி பண்ணணுமா அப்படி ஒரு டவுட் இருக்கும்போது இவங்கள மாதிரி ஒருத்தவங்க பண்ணி அது நல்லா அவங்க வாழ்ந்துட்டு இருக்காங்க அப்படின்னு அவங்களுக்கு அந்த லெஜெண்டரி ஸ்டேட்டஸ் கிடைக்கும்போது ஓகே திஸ் இஸ் த ரைட் பாத் டு கோ அப்படின்னு ஒரு நம்பிக்கையும் நமக்கு வரும்.
I think Pasupati sir is the best part of our film and we are so lucky to have him and his performance.
Pasupati sir, they all love you. Right?
Yeah.
Okay. So next we have to talk to the producers. அவங்க கிட்ட திரும்ப பேசிட்டு வந்துறேன். ரொம்ப நேரம் இங்கே பேசிட்டேன், டக்குன்னு அங்கே பேசி.
That's okay. Go on.
Aditi, I just have to ask a question. Aditi will give me the entire answer. Nothing to worry, right?
I talk a lot. This is a real problem.
But you spoke really
answer
well.
everyone's
Aditi.
You spoke
Made us
really
remember.
well.
Yeah, we were just listening to you and we got, I think like I felt Tirunelveli, I could feel it, like whatever it is.
You should do a podcast. It's so nice, like it's so soothing to hear. Like it's such
She's a
wise
very
thoughts.
articulate, wise person.
Yeah.
That's the thing.
Oh my god, I'm not saying it, but no, genuinely நானும் சில கஷ்டமான சிச்சுவேஷன்ஸில் இந்த படம் இவங்க தான் ஃபர்ஸ்ட் நான் வந்து மீட் பண்ணும்போது ஆக்சுவலாக இந்த படம் ப்ராசஸ் ஆரம்பிக்கிறதுக்கு முன்னாடி அது எப்போ ஆரம்பிக்கும் எப்படி ஆரம்பிக்கும் எதுவுமே தெரியாது. ஒரு நாள் வந்து சம்மந்தமே இல்லாமல் என் சைட்லேருந்து யாரோ அதித்தின்னு யாரோ உங்களை மீட் பண்ண வராங்கன்னா அதித்தி யார், நீலம் ப்ரொடக்ஷன்ஸ் வந்து ரஞ்சித் சார் தானே அப்படின்ட்டு நான் யோசித்தேன். வந்து மீட் பண்ணி இந்த ஷூட் எப்போ நடக்கும் எப்படி நடக்கும் அதெல்லாம் ஒரு இன்ஃபர்மேஷன் கொடுத்தாங்க. கடைசியில் அவங்க சொன்னபடி நடக்கலை. இருந்தாலுமே ஃபர்ஸ்ட்லேருந்தே ஒரு பில்லராக இருந்திருக்காங்க இந்த ஜேர்னியில். ஸோ அவங்களோட ப்ரொடக்ஷன் ஸ்கில்ஸ் பற்றி சொல்லாமல் அவங்க ஒரு பர்சனாக she has an extremely beautiful heart and an extremely beautiful mind to be able to articulate her emotions.
Yeah, that's so nice.
You want to thank me for that?
And no. I have to say her production skills is also too good. Listen,
Way of dealing with things and you there, you totally have to take a different angle to it, and then you have another person also who is your co-producer, which is Ranjith. So how helpful was he to you, the whole process? And was there any time you felt little tired or shaken? Or...
I mean, like every day. Like every day.
Okay.
I'm telling you, that's why I love this gada 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 because it is like gada gada every day. I have to tell you an anecdote which I feel like very nicely encapsulates my experience. The first day of shoot, first couple of days of shoot, these are going gada gada. Anupama has called me and I'm calling up my partners and saying that look, I don't know if Anupama is going to do this film because it's like looking a little dicey because like she's really overwhelmed and this all this is happening, and I call up Manent, who's the EP on the film. She calls me up and she's like, just wanted to discuss one thing with you. These people are shooting in a field. There's a lot of water. And the production team has just told me there are a lot of snakes in the water. So I was like, what is this? And I've worked on some international productions also. I worked in Bombay, and generally it's like super organized, and there's like safety first, and it's it's all of that, and then suddenly they're saying there are snakes and all in the water, and these are in the water, and that was Bison, because we never got a full script. Okay, we got a beautifully written short story.
Scene order.
No. Started with a short story. He wrote it like a short story. It was a beautifully
But the story was different then, no?
But May of 2020.
2020. Okay.
May of 2020, I got a
Received
beautifully written short story. And then after that, I always thought that, okay, this year we'll have the script, this year we'll have the script, this year we'll have the script. Film is over, there is no script. Okay. And the thing is that I'm very grateful to Applause that they indulged that, because we would be like sending them all this information, and okay, this is the budget and all that. Basis apropos nothing. It was like a leap of faith. So for me, it was very like unlearning everything. Okay, you have to be able to support the creator for who they are. If you try and bind them in a specific kind of approach to filmmaking, a specific kind of approach to the release of the film, a specific kind of approach to the making of the film, then you take away from yourself the talent of the creator. This is not a director, this is a craftsman. And it's like a sculpture, and he's like slowly sculpting this.
it.
And like when he's got to the nose, he's realized that, okay, I don't want this kind of nose, it's like this kind of nose. And then you just have to find a way of kind of like working through that.
Adapting to it.
If you ask him, he will tell you that I tortured him. So he will say through the film, it was like budget.
Castle.
I was telling them that my two
She's the
I
only
know
Tamil she knows. She
This is Kasi ille. This is. I feel like I've completely forgotten your question.
Yeah. I got that halfway through. But you had this anecdote to explain the whole summary of...
Basically, what I wanted to say is that this was that scene is actually a beautiful scene in the film, with the snakes in the water and all of these people there. And had we responded...
Happy to know that.
There are so many more. It's like it's all coming back to me.
But you know what I felt?
These guys also jumped into a lake. And none of you know how to swim.
I barely knew, but she just went somewhere, and I remember
No, I learned konjam swimming for Karnan. Konjam da, but நான் இதுல குதிச்சதப்போ என் கால் இது சுத்தி போயிடுச்சு என் skirt. Okay, so I couldn't come up. Can I share the story? If I can't, you can cut it off, no? Okay. Anyways, I jumped, okay? I jumped and I'm going down. And I know, நான் போயிடுச்சு.
I have to jump
அப்ப இந்த
first.
10 செகண்ட்ல என் லைஃப் ஃபிளாஷ் ஆயிட்டே இருக்கு. இந்த மரணத்துக்கு முன்னாடி இருக்கிற அந்த 10 செகண்ட்ல லைஃப் ஃபிளாஷ் ஆயிட்டே இருக்கு. Suddenly, I don't know.
I was pulling her.
Like people are pulling me out. அண்ட் நான் வெளியே வந்து தண்ணிக்குள்ள வெளியே வந்து எல்லாரும் கழட்டா பின்ன திரும்பி பார்த்தா கூலிங் கிளாஸ் போட்டு ஒருத்தர் தண்ணியில் இருக்காங்க. பார்த்தா மாரி சார் ஓகே கூலிங் கிளாஸ் ஷூ சாக்ஸ் எதுவும் கழட்டாம நான் he jumped. Who does that? Which director will do? And when you already have safety people on standby, அசிஸ்டன்ட் டைரக்டர்ஸ் இருக்காங்க, நிறைய பேர் இருக்காங்க, குதிக்கிறதுக்கு தண்ணிக்குள்ளே ஆள் இருக்காங்க. இந்த
actually Mari sir kept asking me. I had to jump, and then he kept telling, take care of Rajisha. I was like, even if I die here, no, I'll take care of Rajisha. I was all prepared. Then the moment she jumped, she went somewhere. I'm trying to hold her skirt.
Because my director knows I'll die.
But he kept telling me at least 20 times that, where is Rajisha? Hold her. That's
I
the
did.
experience. He has
No,
good experience
but
with
I'm so see which director will jump like that. But that not just for me, even for like everyone. Like Dhruvkaga அவர் என்னெல்லாம் பண்ணி வச்சிருக்காங்க இந்த கபடி கிரவுண்ட்ல எல்லாம்.
Yeah, it's crazy.
like,
He played kabaddi. He was like before
with a sling.
with a sling. He had a broken arm.
Paris போட்டு ஒரு கை உடைஞ்சிருக்காங்க, but he's doing it.
And he had to take off the sling to get into the water or something to show something. No,
underwater shoot பண்றதுக்கு அவர் சொன்னாங்க plaster of Paris ட்டு கண்டிப்பா தண்ணிக்குள்ள போக முடியாது. So he said okay, remove the plaster of Paris. I was like, sir, ஆனா கை ஒடிஞ்சு இருக்கு, கை எல்லாம் okay, let me just. I was like, and when your director is giving that much effort, how will you not give?
Yeah, true.
Right, so when he's setting such examples in front of you, how can you not? அப்போ அதனால தான் குதிச்சேன். But see, even with snakes, but another thing I want to say is that ஊர் மக்கள் இருக்குல்ல, அவர் எல்லாரும் இந்த பாம்பு இந்த எல்லா like all animals கூட
They coexist.
Yeah, coexist. That is an aspect in all of Marisa's films.
Yeah,
if you have noticed, animals are a core part of it.
He actually has a beautiful office. I don't know if you visited, but it has these beautiful, stunning portraits of animals.
He's such an animal lover. So what he says is that if you do not disturb them, or if you are not a threat to them, they'll never attack you. அப்போ அதனால நம்ம தண்ணிக்குள்ள போகும்போது நமக்கு தெரியாது இல்ல ஸ்னேக், நம்ம த்ரெட்டே இல்ல, not attack.
Yeah, makes sense.
But that's how immersive it was, like as an experience for everyone, that's how immersive it was. There was no pretending.
Good. Okay, now that we've come to the final, I have one final question. You guys can say why we should come and watch Bison. Give us one good reason. Forget all the promotion, forget what and all. நீங்க இது வரைக்கும் சொன்னது எல்லாமே மறந்துருங்க. Okay, just close your eyes for a minute and think, இதுக்காக Bison வந்து பாருங்க. Give your truest answer. We'll start off with Sameer sir.
Why you should see Bison? You heard all the people talking. Some people haven't seen the film yet. Most of us haven't read the script yet. You have a North Indian gang working with a South Indian gang. There's very few people know what really is happening here. So I think the real reason why you should come and see Bison is because it's a movie made from the heart, and it really comes from Mari Selvaraj. It comes truly from his soul, and you should come and see it.
Okay, Anu?
I think first of all, Mari sir's magic is always something really special that I look forward to. So I'm sure definitely. And this time it's a sports drama, and we have very rare films like this that happen in the industry. Beyond just a sports drama, there's a lot of it's very raw rooted, kind of an emotional film. With a lot of elements to it, and like Aditi was saying, when Mari sir asked Aditi or told Aditi about how he doesn't want Dhruv to act as a kabaddi player, he wanted Dhruv to be a kabaddi player and he wanted to capture it. I think that's translated well. So I think that magic is what something you should experience in theaters.
Yes. Okay, Aditi, a quick one from you.
I think a film that can make you laugh, make you cry, make you feel a little bit of yourself on screen, and let you take something of itself with you when you leave the theater. That's a really special film, and that's what this film is.
Okay, Rajisha.
I feel like we had a lot of fun filming this. We had a lot of problems also filming because it's a very intense film, right? But none of it matters. None of it matters. நம்ம எப்படி இந்த படம் பண்ணி வச்சிருக்காங்க. What matters is என்ன படம் பண்ணி வச்சிருக்காங்க, right? அந்த படம் definitely is a great watch. I can vouch for that, even though I have not watched the film. So think of my confidence, right?
Okay.
Padikaga, please watch our film in Diwali for Diwali.
Sweet.
என்ன சொல்ல வந்தேன், சாரி. இப்போ இங்க இருக்கிற எல்லாரும் வந்து பயங்கர எஃபர்ட் போட்டு நம்ம பண்ணதுனால நீங்க இந்த படம் பார்க்க கூடாது. ஏன்னா எல்லாரும் தான் பயங்கரமா உழைச்சு படம் பண்றாங்க. ஆனா இங்க இருக்கிற எல்லாரும் வந்து இது ஒரு சினிமாவா போய் எப்படி போய் சேரப்போகுதுன்னு மறந்துட்டு இயல்பா ஒரு வாழ்க்கை ஒன்று வாழ்ந்திருக்கோம் மாரி சாரை நம்பி. ஸோ அது வந்து ஒரு புது எக்ஸ்பீரியன்ஸாக இருக்கும்னு நான் நம்புகிறேன். நிறைய படங்கள் அப்படி பண்ணியிருக்காங்கன்னு நினைக்கிறேன். ஆனால் இந்த படத்தில் இருக்கிற ஆர்டிஸ்ட் எல்லாருமே வந்து முழுமையாக நம்மளோட டைரக்டரை நம்பி ஒரு அவுட் ஆஃப் பாடி எக்ஸ்பீரியன்ஸ் ஒன்று வாழ்ந்துட்டு வந்து இங்கே உட்காந்து உங்கள்கிட்ட பேசிகிட்டு இருக்கோம். ஸோ அதனால எல்லாரும் பார்க்கணும், நாங்களும் பார்க்க பயங்கர ஆவலாக இருக்கோம்.
எல்லாரும் பாருங்க, அதை பார்த்து அதோட ரியாக்ஷன் பார்க்கறதுக்கு இவங்க எல்லாருமே the entire cast and the crew is waiting. So October 17th is the day. So save the date and get to the theaters and watch Bison. கண்டிப்பா பாருங்க, உங்களுடைய மனதை வருடக்கூடிய ஒரு படமாக, உங்க நினைவில் நிற்கக்கூடிய ஒரு படமாக இது அமையும்னு இந்த என்டையர் டீம் காஸ்க்கு வந்து என்னுடைய மனமார்ந்த வாழ்த்துக்களை தெரிவிச்சுட்டு all the very best for Bison guys and Bison guys and இந்த Bison வந்து இதோட வெற்றி விழால நாங்க எல்லாம் வந்து உங்களை சந்திக்கிறோம் and we will give you congratulations. இப்போ all the best சொல்றோம், அப்போ வந்து congratulations.
Thank you so much and thank you so much Didi for such a beautiful interview. It's a pleasure talking to you.
Thank you.
Had a really lovely time.
Thank you guys. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
See you on October 17th. Bison it is.